Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Saturday, December 24th. So the moon is going to be in Capricorn all day. Of course, we just had our new moon in Capricorn here yesterday morning. If you haven't listened to that astro forecast, you should probably do that. If you haven't downloaded your moon guide, you should probably do that. You've been hearing me talk about this new moon in Capricorn for quite some time now. This is not a time to sleep on your future self. We have a huge opportunity to gain a visual, to gain momentum, to really set ourselves up for success under this particular energy. And I would hate for you to miss out on this opportunity to really move into an accelerated window of time where we can plant the seeds of our dreams, of our goals, and actually see them manifest in no time flat. So we will see the moon go void at 10:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we will not be moving into Aquarian energy until the wee early hours of the 25th. And for those of you out there celebrating the holidays in whichever fashion you feel comfortable with, happy ho-ho to you. So what do we got going on for this happy ho-ho day? Well, we have the moon trining Uranus, and this is definitely going to mix things up a little bit. This is going to be a shock to the system, new information coming in, new emotions coming in. There's likely some disruption, some wild card events that is going to open us up to some possibilities that we may not have contemplated up until this particular point. Yes, the Capricorn energy wants us to be steady and slow, logical, methodical. But Uranian energy is saying, hey, okay, here's new information. Here's a new path. Open up your head, open up your heart to see where it is that maybe we can get to where it is that we desire to be in a shorter amount of time. Sometimes detours are the best way to go. The moon is going to make a positive aspect with Mars, who rules over our physical energy, our passions, our desires, who is retrograde, internalizing that energy. On the mental battlefield, being in Gemini energy, there's a lot of pros and cons. There's a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas. We are a little bit stunted in what it is that we're able to do in the outside world, but you best believe we are coming up with some fantastic ideas on what it is that we want to do in moving forward. Now, the moon is going to go ahead and conjunct, come up to, sit next to, meet up with Venus, the goddess of love and beauty and worth and pleasure and money, who's also in Capricorn energy. What this is going to do for us is it's going to open up our heart space just a tad. It's going to realign us with what it is that makes us happy, what it is that brings us a sense of safety and security. It's going to remind us who it is that makes us happy, provides us with support and encouragement, and what it is that we need to do for ourselves in moving forward. This is likely going to be a huge heart chakra activation. You're going to be caught up all up in the feels, but nonetheless, in Capricorn energy, we're not going to let our emotions totally blindside us. It is more of an intellectual, logical, practical approach and compartmentalizing a lot of our thoughts and feelings. But what we know to be true is that there's a huge sense of nostalgia coming in with this Capricorn energy, and reflection. Looking back is the key to understanding how it is that we are going to be moving forward. The moon is going to make a positive interaction with Jupiter, the planet of growth and expansion, beliefs and blessings, fresh into this Aries energy. And you best believe that we are plucking out the silver linings. We are definitely seeing where it is that we are amping ourselves up in our inner realm in order to make some fantastical changes to who it is that we are, who it is that we desire to be, what it is that we want to accomplish, the goals, the dreams that we have for ourselves. There's a lot of big thoughts and big feelings really being triggered and activated here. And again, although we're excited, although we want to, jump into something new, we have to slow the roll. We have to think logical and practical, methodical about what it is we need to do. We need to have a strategy. We are going to have a very short window of time, of opportunity in January to make up for, quote unquote, the lost time that we feel like we're losing right now. Here's the thing. We can't jump into things willy-nilly. We can't act impulsively. We have to have a plan. We have to have a strategy. There cannot be any wasted energy. So this is going to give us a big vision, a big dream, a lot of the big feels on what it is that we're excited about, what it is that we're passionate about, what it is that we actually want to pursue as far as the new year goes. Now, just when we get a little bit hopped up on all the good feels, we are going to have the moon make a very very awkward interaction with Saturn, its ruler. This is going to bring us down a couple of pegs. Jupiter likes to make anything possible, everything big, anything just achievable. And this Capricorn energy, of course, being ruled over by Saturn is like, you know what? Let's pump the brakes. Let's be logical and practical here. Let's come back down to earth and actually see what it is that we're lacking as far as discipline, energy, as far as information, data. What are we lacking? We have to be able to analyze the gaps in order to fill those gaps so that we have a solid foundation, first and foremost, to build off of. And, this negative Nancy, Debbie Downer type of energy is definitely going to take the wind out of our sails just a tad, but it is kind of needed at this particular point so that we don't get ahead of ourselves. Now, the moon is going to come up to, sit next to, bump into Mercury, who is in Capricorn energy. Again, the manifesting energy. That's why you have to be super careful about your thoughts, about your words at this particular point in time, because we do have the ability to manifest and bring to life whatever it is that we're focused on with Mercury being in Capricorn energy. But basically, the moon and Mercury. This is our heart space and our head space. And you best believe they are on the same page. But this is going to bring, I'm going to say, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of tunnel vision, if you will. It's almost like we're having scattered thoughts. We can't complete a thought, yet we're so fixated on one thing that we can't see the forest past the trees. This is a huge blast of energy to our head space, a huge amount of ideas, a huge amount of insight, a huge amount of thoughts, especially as our future plans, goals, and dreams go. And this also opens up a beautiful opportunity to really have some good conversation, some heart-to-heart conversations. Of course, being around the holidays, regardless of how you feel about it, everybody is hella sensitive, hella emotional, hella nostalgic. It's a great time to really talk about a lot of the sensitive things going on in our inner realm from a logical, practical, grounded type of energy that, of course, the Capricorn energy always lends us. Now, the moon is going to go ahead and sextile Neptune. This is a beautiful energy for a couple of reasons. We're tapping into a vision. We're tapping into a dream. We're tapping into our intuition. Our psychic abilities are peaking. We just moved into the solstice energy. We are definitely reconnecting to our higher selves and our intuition in a brand new way. And with that comes a brand new vision, a brand new goal, a brand new dream. Venus makes a very positive interaction with Jupiter. You best believe that our heart spaces are just going to be expanding, just going to be growing. There is a lot of energy here. And when I say that these two are in play, it is a lot of feelings. This could be a very opportunistic time to forgive and forget, to release some of the heaviness, some of the burdens that we've been experiencing in our relationship dynamics. This is a great time to restore and renew our faith, not only within ourselves, not only in the universe, but in people, right? This is a time where we are a little bit less guarded, where we have to kind of let the emotions of our heart space lead instead of the intellect, especially our past memories, lead us down a road of thinking that, you can't trust anyone, or everyone's going to leave you, or everyone's going to do you wrong. Sometimes, guys, you come across the right people at the right time, good people at the best of times. And this is definitely a time between Venus and Jupiter where we're going to open up our heart space and just recognize that not everyone is going to do you dirty. Now, the moon is going to bump into Mars in a little bit of an awkward way. We're a little bit frustrated, a little bit agitated that we can't take action. We can't make as many moves as we would like. We can't fast forward through some of this holiday stuff. Now, again, we're trying to keep our best face on. We're trying to do what is right. Sometimes doing what is right doesn't feel right, but we're doing it, right? We're going and growing through the process. Now, here's where things get magical. Mercury, who is in Capricorn energy, is going to sextile, which is a beautiful energy, with Neptune, who is in Pisces energy, its place of power. So this is going to like trigger something in us. This is going to trigger a new idea. This is going to trigger a new vision. This is going to open up our heart space, our head space. Our imagination is ramping up. We are in tune with the higher intelligence of the cosmos. We have a sense of like knowing that we just can't explain. We understand, especially reflecting back on our lives, on our year, on the tough love life lessons that we had to go through. There's a sense of knowing now without, being able to actually put it into words. We get it. There's some kind of just aha moment that's being activated within us. And, our intuition is strong. We're super sensitive. So, our senses are heightened. We just received a new download with the solstice energy. So we're like leveling up. We're awakening to a new level of awareness, of enlightenment. We are tapping into our creativity in order to kind of apply it to some of the problems that we've been facing, to come up with some, solutions, some logical and practical solutions that are actually going to work. And, it's opening us up to seeing things from a different set of eyes. And from a different set of eyes, we can gain a different depth of understanding. And, this energy is just highly inspirational, and we're feeling the good vibes. And, when it comes to conversations and communicating, like we might get a new idea, we might have an aha moment, we might have an epiphany, we might be inspired by other people, or we could be the one inspiring other people. It could be just a beautiful exchange. But our psychic awareness, our psychic abilities, and again, we all have them, we are leveling up in our intuition, in our abilities, and through our interactions, and especially jiving with the same frequency, the same vibrations in other people, our communication styles are rapidly changing because there's a lot more. And I know some people are going to go foo-foo on me with this word, but there's a lot more telepathy coming into play. Like we know, we don't even have to say the words. We know what other people are thinking. We know what other people are feeling. There's a little bit less rigidity in our communication styles. We're connecting stronger. We're connecting better. We're a little bit more gentle with our approach. We're a little bit more compassionate. We're opening up. It's almost like, a flower that is opening up and blossoming into a new form of itself. That is us. It's a beautiful thing. And here's another amazing thing to wrap up the day. The final aspect that we got going on here today. The moon conjuncts, sits next to, bumps into, teams up with Pluto, the great transformer, who of course is at the final degrees of Capricorn energy. Now, this can go one of two ways, but it's up to you. You have to manage your energy. You have to gain control of your thoughts and your emotions. But I'm going to give you the two ways that it can manifest. The first way, the not so nice way, is that we sit in the funk, that we are so nostalgic, so reflective, that we're looking back on our struggles. We're looking back at the pain, at the trauma, at the suffering. Of course, holiday season opens up all of those wounds, and we could be feeling a little bit of a negative Nancy, a Debbie Downer type of vibe. We could definitely be sitting in the darkness, in the shadow realm of our experience, or we could be bossing up to such levels where we may reflect on our pain, on our trauma, on our experiences, on the suffering that we've had to endure. But we're using that as a catalyst, as an inspiration, if you will, in order to boss up, to take control, to take a new level of authority in our lives, to do better, to be better. There is no better boss up energy than Capricorn energy and Pluto energy. And having the two of them work together right now, you best believe that we are going through a major transformation in our heart space, in our inner realm. And of course, the change has to start in the inner realm before we're going to see it in our physical realities. So to have the moon conjunct Pluto in this way, yep, it could be dark. It could be heavy. It could be weighted. But regardless of whether you choose to sit there or not, you have the ability to shift that energy into something powerful. You can come out of reflecting back on the bad better than you've ever been before. And this is a prime example. And and pay attention to how much control, how much authority you actually have over your mind space and over your heart space. Because we all have the ability to sit in the darkness, but there's only so many people that choose to see the light.